Okay, the first of the 4 exercises from the technical suite for grade 4 is arabesque, and it's about slurs, upward and downward legatos. It's not too fast, in the key of A major, so you've got F sharp, C sharp, G sharp. Try to always keep the left hand parallel to the strings when you do the slurring, particularly when you do the downward slurring. There's a tendency to move the hand like this. You want to try and avoid that. So when you do a downward slur, for example, from the 3rd finger to the 1st finger, as in bar 3, doing that kind of action, and not this sort of thing. And definitely not just lifting the finger straight off. You do actually have to pull as you come off the string, and ideally do a light rest stroke with the left hand onto the adjacent string. So, arabesques, or arabesque rather. Okay, and the second of the exercises, Clair de Lune, is almost a little piece in itself. It's in B minor, F sharp and C sharp. The half bar A at the beginning is not actually essential until you get halfway through the first bar, in which case you put it down to make it the transition to the half bar A, which is necessary at the 7th fret, a little bit easier. So I'm going to start it without the half bar A. P, I, M. Half bar A goes down in preparation for moving up to fret 7, 3rd finger on, 4th finger on, and off. At this point we bring the 2nd finger back 1 fret and get the 1st, 2nd and the 3rd down behind the same fret, so they're doing the same function as the bar A, but we need to do this because we need to open the E there. Now that's best played P, I, A, so you can get the middle finger now, and notice how that 2nd finger guided down to the D, get the middle finger on the D, so go M, I, P, and then M and I together, and we can do this with the thumb. And we might go thumb, index, middle, annular, and notice how I hinge down onto the bar A there, so go again. Okay, so I'm still holding on to the B there. And the next, I do this P, I, M, A, I, M, and notice I've used fingers 3 and 4 there instead of 2 and 3. I think that makes it easier to get down to the A sharp in the next bar. And shift to the 2nd position there. Try to make sure you don't let go of that B as you reach across with the 2nd finger to get the G there. If you do, you'll get something like that. To make it smooth, we hold on to the B until we're sounded the G. Again, P, I, M, A, I, M for that, and then come back down. We've got a half bar A here. Okay, I didn't use exactly the fingering that was given there. And I would use fingers 3 and 4 actually, rather than 2 and 3 given though. So putting it all together without the commentary. Okay, I'd perhaps rather ignore the dynamics there, but that's basically it for the second exercise. And the third exercise in the suite, España, is to do with scales. It's in the key of E major, 4 sharps. It's a lot of sharps, but it's a common key for the guitar, so you need to get used to it. It's in 8/8, which might seem an unusual time signature. It's the same number of crotchets as 4/4, but here we have 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 throughout. Okay, well, more or less throughout. The fingering P I M P I M P I indicated there could be changed to P M I P M I P M if you like. Doesn't make any odds. Actually, it could make some odds depending on how you want to play the scale in the last bar of the first line. If you want to kick that off with the index finger, you'll need to end the previous bar with the middle finger. However, I would kick that scale off with the thumb and swap to the fingers immediately. So I would play the scale in the last bar of the first line, thumb, and then swapping to the fingers, either middle, index, middle, index, middle, index, middle, or thumb in the other way round. Can't remember which way round I did it now. So thumb and then a finger, thumb and then swap to the alternating fingers for that scale. Everything is Turando, so everything is free stroke in this. So you need to get used to, you need to get to be able to think of the thumb here as an equal digit to the finger, to so that you can swap easily from the use of the thumb to the finger in that scale. Okay, and here it is. Okay, last exercise, Skyline Melody, is about full bar A. You've got different selections of strings to choose. P, I, M, A block chords, apart from when you play bars 3 and 4, where the thumb sweeps across 6 strings. And the last 2 bars, you can either use a thumb sweep or P-I-M-A arpeggio. Watch the dynamics, and here we go. Okay, fairly straightforward. Try and get a good clear sound so you can hear all of the voices, all the different notes in the chord equally. When you play the block chord, you can practice that on the open strings there, the 3rd chord in. You should be able to hear all of those chords equally. You might, all of those notes rather equally. You might try playing it softly, just checking you can hear all the notes equally. Strongly. Okay. Now, it is an exercise. It's worth, even when you can do it, even though it's might seem straightforward, very quick to learn. It's an exercise, so I would make it something that you practice regularly to develop the muscular strength to be able to hold those bar A's down. And that completes the technical suite for grade 4.